We welcome you back to Longhorn Weekly from here at Pluckers, the West Campus location here in Austin, presented by the Texas Lottery. RT, I always leave it to the head coach to introduce our guest, one of your outstanding student athletes, to the crowd, so I'll leave the introductions to you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This is Devon Pryor.
Not Devon. It's spelled D-E-V-O-N, but pronounced Devon.
Devon, better known as DP. DP, I tell you what, he's a young pup here right now. He really should be a senior in high school right now. We really convinced he and his parents to come a year early and go ahead and start his process. I tell you, he's a young prospect, a young guy in our program that has an extremely high ceiling. He has a chance, I think, to be a terrific player for us. He's a guy that is learning college basketball, what it's all about. He's put on 20 pounds. So he came in really thin, and his body's going to still continue to fill out and everything. But when you talk about NBA athleticism, this guy has NBA. He's a big-time athlete, man, and has a really good game on the perimeter. I think he has a chance to be a terrific two-way player. He can really defend. He's going to have a chance to be a really good defender. And he's going to have a chance to be a guy that can also score the basketball. But he's going to be a dynamic guy. He's just right now the only thing that is part of his process right now is just learning every day, playing against older players every day. But an extremely high ceiling. Has a chance to be a guy that in the future, has NBA potential.
First of all, how'd you put on 20 pounds?
Corey, our strength coach, just constantly eating. Going to work with him every day and just building strength. Also battling against guys. I feel like my body has adapted really well.
I know folks are also fascinated by nutrition. Mm-hmm. And I know Sam has done a great job with it. There's lots that goes into the nutritional part of that. So did you have to change any of your specific eating habits in order to be able to put on the weight that was good for you?
Just eat more. That's really the whole thing. It was just eat
All
more.
of us wish we could do that, right?
So, if my body allows me to eat more, I'm just going to keep eating more.
Yeah. And you've seen that as well,
We strongly encourage that. We go out the night before a game. Yep. We'll go up to Morgantown here. We'll find a nice restaurant the night before the game. We'll have a great meal. And then by the time we get back to the hotel, we'll have another meeting, and there'll be another meal there for the guys. And we're like, hey, DP, we need you to eat two more burgers, shakes, grab a couple shakes, and strongly encourage him to continue to take as many calories as he can in every day.
Did that take some adjusting, just being able to put all that extra food in your system?
It definitely did.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
RT, what goes into when you're evaluating someone in his case and in a kind of a unique situation to be able to reclassify, to come in early, because that doesn't work with the vast majority of student athletes who come out of high school.
No, Craig, absolutely. And this young man here, we first got here, Beard and I, we got here. He was one of the first guys we had on campus. He came to one of our games, and he was with us the whole day, spent the whole day with us, and we hadn't really seen him play at the time. And they wanted to come down and see a game and wanted to see what a day would be like. And, when we saw him from the very beginning, with even not watching him play, the thing we would tell him is, man, you look like a young Kobe Bryant. We told him that the whole time on the visit. Young Kobe, is on his visit, just kind of here watching and seeing everything, But, later we got a chance to see him play and got a chance to see his potential. And we're like, man, this is a young guy here. If he comes in and has the right mindset, he could be as good as he wants to be.
Devon, what was your impressions when you first set foot on campus, when you were taking your visit, you began to visit with the coaches and try to find out a little more about Texas? What all were you taking in when you were looking at it?
So first impressions, definitely when you come to Texas, it just elite. So facilities, coaches, players, staff, even the people that are working security, everything's elite here. And just me wanting to grow. After talking with parents and stuff, I realized that I can come here and make a difference, not only outside of basketball, but also in basketball.
What was your folks' response when RT and the coaches were talking to them, and then your conversations with your parents about coming in as early as you did?
So it caught us off guard. Reclassifying up was a really big step, especially for Mom. Mom didn't want to lose her baby too early. But, we talked and we're like, it's probably the best, with all my guys that I left in the 2024 class, you know, I have a year ahead of them in college basketball experience, and that's going against guys like Brock Cunningham, Dylan DeSue, Dylan Mitchell, Tyrese Hunter, Max A. Smith, and the rest of the guys. And I really think that's what's really, like, you know, making this jump onto the
RT, is that a difficult conversation to have with a parent about having a young man come in early?
You know, I'll tell you a funny story. You know, he was a guy that was on our radar, obviously, that, you know, we really loved his potential and really wanted to spend a lot of time, and we wanted to make sure we got him on campus. And I was on Brandon and our young guys on the staff to make sure we get him to campus as soon as possible. And we look up, and the next thing you know, he's committed to LSU. And I was like, Brandon, we didn't even get this guy on campus. Are you killing me right now? I said, you know, he's already committed to LSU. That can't happen, right? But nevertheless, it happened. He was going to go to LSU. He committed to those guys. And then something been known, I don't know what happened in his process. He decided to open his recruitment again. And I was like, Brandon, you better get him on campus. I want him on campus right now. And I want this kid. This kid has an unbelievable potential. And we did. We got him on campus, and from that point, we got with his parents, and as we continued to get deeper into the situation, we got, you know, dove into his academic situation. We're like, he could come right now. Let's bring him right now. Let's go ahead and start his process. Let's fast forward everything right now for him. He could come in and he could work right now against older guys, and instead of waiting on the class of 24, he's already in the class of 24 here on campus.
What changed your mind? Why did you decide to reopen the recruitment again?
Just a lot went into it, you know.
Yep.
Just a lot of talks with people in my basketball world, outside my basketball world, and ultimately it was, you know, just closer to home. You know, I was familiar with RT with that the visit that I had took. Well, not visit, but just set foot on campus and just that. So I was already familiar with it, and you know, everything just fell into place, and I just ended up coming here.
All right, Devon Pryor is our special guest. DP and I will have some more to talk about. We'll continue. Longhorn Weekly. Premier Pluckers, the West Campus location, Austin, presented by the Texas Lottery, continues in a moment. Kendall drives into the paint, spins, turns, out front to Horton again, 7 to shoot. Horton creates his own shot, but missed it, but the follow slam is there for Onyema.
Excellent job preventing any type of offense.
We welcome you back to Longhorn Weekly from here at Pluckers, the West Campus location here in Austin. Zarek Onyema with the putback bucket there. Devon Pryor, our special guest. You get a chance to learn from a lot of different guys. It's a lot of different resources, so to speak. Zarek, of course, played at UTEP. You lived in El Paso for a while, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
How long now? What your first 13 years, I guess it was?
Yeah, I moved here moved to Houston in 2018. So about 13.
Okay, so how different was Cypress in the Houston area from El Paso?
Oh, it was completely different. There's green, you know. El Paso is
True.
It's a desert over there, but you know, Cypress is definitely a place where it feels like a part of home. So nothing much different.
Your dad, Alfred, played basketball at Grambling.
Yes, he did.
And is that the reason you wear jersey number 22?
Yes, that is. Just my sister wears my mom's number, which was 12, and I just decided, to take on my dad's number.
When did you tell him you were going to do that, or did you just do it and surprise him? How'd that work out?
I think I surprised him with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but him seeing 22, I definitely think I made him proud with that. So.
All right, is your game anything like his game?
As far as athletic wise, I think so.
Really?
My dad was dunking like at the age of 40 something. He just recently stopped dunking. So I mean, his athleticism definitely carried on to me, as well as my mom. She ran track and played basketball as well.
At what age could you finally take your dad in one-on-one?
It was kind of dad's competitive. So I mean, for me, I think it'd be 14 when he started to slow down. Yeah, so it was pretty.
So there was that singular moment where you knew, I've passed him now. I'm doing, and did he know it?
Yeah, oh, for sure. We were in a workout, and I was warming up. He tried guarding me. I blew past him. He fell, and then we got up, just looked at each other, and we're like, "Yeah, man, it's about that time."
I want to ask you also a couple other things about your thoughts on the challenges not only in learning the game and getting better as a basketball player, but the challenges that will come to a freshman as a student as well as a student athlete. In the fall semester, you just went through your first fall semester, and describe what that's like for you.
Honestly, as far as academic-wise, Miss Cat, our academic lady, she made everything pretty easy for me. I take care of my stuff. I try to be as organized as possible. So academics came really easy as far as understanding the work, the curriculum, syllabus, and all that stuff. So that was easy. Basketball standpoint, it was hard. It was definitely hard. Coming from high school into the Big 12 at that, physicality is extremely it's not what people really think it is as far as just looking, because it looks so easy, but it's really it's hard.
What's the most challenging part of basketball, learning the basketball part of it?
Playing basketball is, that's what we do. It's easy. You just keep working at it. As far as on the hard part, I would say learning it. You learn different terminology. You learn how to do film. You learn different plays. And especially for me, from high school, I didn't really come from, the high-class basketball schools, the Montverdes, IMGs. So for me, it was coming into this world where I'm like, okay, I'm an open book. Now it's time to take in information.
Yeah, is that also something you really enjoy when you have to get comfortable with the academic side of basketball and what you're seeing when you guys get into the film room and you're looking at the cut-ups and all that sort of stuff?
I love that stuff. So I've started to learn to appreciate it more as we're going into games, and the film translates to the game, and you can help your teammates out with all this stuff. So I'm really open to that. I love doing that stuff. RT preaches to me all the time, watch film, learn from different guys, and that's what I try to do.
Funniest teammate you have is?
Funniest teammate? Caden Cedric.
Really?
He's funny. Guy's funny.
He's got a good sense of humor?
He does.
All right. Funniest coach?
Steve McClain. Funniest coach, Steve McClain, for sure.
And a lot of people might not think that because he's a little more advanced, in years, that sort of thing. But he has some good lines.
Nah, he's funny. RT's funny too, though.
Yeah, he is.
Don't get messed. RT will say some funny stuff now and then.
All right.
Steve McClain's up there.
DP, thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it.
You. Thanks for having me.
All right, Devon Pryor with us. Stay with us. Rodney Terry will join us next. But Longhorn Weekly continues on the Longhorn Radio Network from Liberty.